Welcome back to the landing page optimization course. What did we learn about yesterday? All right, I know we started the qualitative research. Yes, we started the qualitative research. Okay. We started the qualitative research unit or video, and so there's 5 main qualitative research techniques he describes. Oh, and recommends. All right. They are full ad experience walkthrough. Also known as the heuristic analysis. Interviews with clients, customer success, account managers, sales, heat maps, click scroll attention, basically 1-question surveys. What was the last one? What was the last one? I don't remember now. I don't remember now. It was right there, but we'll get it in a second. Page insights was the last thing we learned about in the quantitative research video, and that was it's a tool by Google, gives insights for optimization. It told you core web vitals, landing page speed, any load speed, and then maybe some SEO stuff as well, potentially. Maybe not. I don't think it was about SEO, but it gives you some optimization techniques. It's good to know about. Probably more for the dev team, like he said, but good to know. And then jump back to the qualitative video. He said that there's a fine line between too much research, going overboard, and not enough. And he says any research is better than none, but there's a fine line between too much and going too overboard and being inefficient. The last one was review mining. So going through review mining and analysis, and then I think we just touched on the funnel analysis as part of Google Analytics is the last thing we learned about in Google Analytics. All right, so we actually did start on the heuristic/full landing page experience, heuristic analysis. What did we read about though? Within that section, what did we learn about? I don't remember. Identify potential places for optimization, potential sources of friction, as well as what was the last thing? Sources of friction, optimizations, areas, big picture glitches, bugs, things that don't work. Okay. Yep. All right. Yep. All right. Okay, we did go over what were the core things we want to look at. Core metrics overall for Google Analytics, quantitative research. Users, sessions, traffic source, devices, the device split, conversion rate or key event rate and key events, as well as page flow, funnel flow, right? Page path exploration, funnel exploration. Okay, that's good. Let's jump now back. Let's jump back into the course, and I'll be back to recall what I've learned in a little bit. All right, so today was mostly about questions to think about, to answer, and to ask. And so for the heuristic analysis, this is, again, the beginning of the research process. It informs the rest of the research process. And he kind of talked about having 2 passes with 2 sets of questions that I wrote down just so I could have for reference in the future if I use them. The first pass is like, what do you feel like? What do you see? Is this a relevant follow-up to the ad? Do you feel like that? What emotions are you feeling? is it trustworthy? Does it feel trustworthy? Then the second pass is a little more detailed. I think it's like, did the buttons not work? Where are the glitches? Where are the bugs? What are you expecting next? And then we started talking about the second qualitative research method, which is interviews with client/customer success, sales, and account executives. And because these people are the people who know the customer best, so they have really a lot of accumulated valuable experience. So we got through the questions for client success interview, and it's like, what are common questions the users have? Are there anything that the users find difficult to understand about the product or service? Is there anything you would like to add or change to the website? What are some positive feedback you get from customers? And what are common problems you have to help them resolve? All right, let's see what I missed, because there's a lot of questions. I'm not going to get them all perfectly, but at least I have them for future reference. So first pass of the heuristic analysis, what is the first impression? So what's your first impression of the landing page? How does it make you feel? Got that one. Does it feel like a relevant follow-up to the ad or traffic source? Got that. What catches your attention? Okay. What's your first impression? What catches your attention? Does it seem trustworthy? What are your expectations at this point? He really asked that question twice. Second pass is the content structured in a logical order? Is there anything you find confusing? Do you have any unanswered questions? Is there anything you want to add, remove, or rearrange? Are there any UI/UX issues or bugs? What are your expectations at this point? Okay. Logical, does it have a logical structure? What are things you'd like to change? Are there any bugs? Are there any questions you have that have not been answered? Unanswered questions at this point. Okay, interviews with customer success. What are the most common questions or concerns users have when they contact you? How do you typically help them address these questions, concerns? Please give me some examples of positive feedback you get from users. Are there any aspects of the product, services that users find difficult to understand or use? Is there anything on the current site that you'd like to change? How would you briefly explain it? How would you briefly explain to a friend what the product/service is? Okay, I like that. Did I miss anything? Is there anything you'd like to add? So that's it for today. We'll be back again for more landing page optimization course tomorrow. Talk to you then. See ya.